YouTube, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tim here from Credit Kingdom. Once again, with another video, as I should say, my first video of 2023. I just want to give y'all a little update about where I've been at and what's been going on. So yeah, I still see the channel is still doing good. So I appreciate you all for still liking and sharing and commenting on the channel. It's still keeping the channel active. So I would say without you guys, I think this channel would just be completely destroyed. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I told myself, hey, I'm going to get back on YouTube and start making more content, giving out information and sharing knowledge with you all. So I do appreciate that. So I do notice that. First, I want to start off by saying, when I first started this channel, I was reading articles, books, and things of that nature, and trying to get an idea of what I was learning. At the same time, when I was learning and taking the information, I was coming to share it to you all on my YouTube channel. But one of the biggest problems that I came to find out and I learned was that even though I was learning the information, I wasn't retaining and understanding of what I really was learning at the time, such as the CPN credit, the business credit, even personal credit. It comes to terms where you learning these words and how to apply all these different methods and ideas and experiences with this credit stuff. You become a little bit confused when you start getting deeper and deeper into it, because so let's just say consumer law. I came across consumer law, and basically consumer law is what really is the standpoint of the skills and learning how to apply the consumer law towards, like, so if you got late payments, you got repossessions, you got charge-off, you got collections. And if you just sending out regular dispute letters, like cookie cutter letter to the credit reporting agent, to the creditors, without actually stating what this stuff really means. And that's why I had this book, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and I got the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And I had these books for a while, but once I had them, I just breezed through them and just looking like, oh, okay, it's really just nothing. But really, these are some very powerful information in these books, because I got so overwhelmed and confused with all the statutes and codes and the laws. And I'm like, oh, let me just focus on the other books I was reading from Amazon that don't talk about this consumer law. And really, this is what we should be learning, consumer law, and how to put the debt collectors and creditors in their place. Because as you all know, if you've been studying the Scrawman 2, like the redemption manual, you'll learn that we are the consumer, we are the real credit of the United States. And you also learn that the United States is the District of Columbia, which is 10 square miles of Washington, D.C. And anybody who wasn't born within 10 square miles of Washington, D.C. or in D.C. itself, you are not a U.S. citizen. So, and that's where a lot of this stuff comes into play, because I ain't trying to get off topic. That was just a breakdown of how. Let's get back to it. So if you got like late payments, you can see here under exclusions, 1681. I know I'm not sure you guys can see it. You just go down to exclusions and it tells you what's not to be included in your credit report. So as you all see, reports contain information solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer and a person making a report. So when you think about, what's my transactions and experiences? Transaction, that'd be what you buying off your credit card or debit card. So they're not report that. And then your experience would be, it's like, oh, I made a late payment. So now that becomes an experience with you and the creditor. So now they can report a late payment, which is say it's an exclusion. So if you know how to implement this law and use it to your advantage, you can create a handwritten letter or just find a dispute letter with this law in it and customize it to your advantage. And then you want to send it off to these reporting agencies and the creditor and get this stuff removed. And it's also implement with the medical collection as well. It's restrictions on sharing your medical collection. Not sure if you all can really see it. I have to get on the computer and really focus in on the information that it's sharing. And also back to, like, if you have dealing with collections or from a debt collector for like a small loan that you had taken out. And also, don't be afraid to open your mail when you do get stuff from debt collectors, because by you not opening your mail, you just throwing it to the side and trashing it. That gives the debt collectors, debt buyers, advantage over you, because they can now enter a default judgment against you for ever how much debt they saying you owe. So say like you may have let's just say you had a Sprint bill for an iPhone or so, some phone that you got, and it was $500 that you had left pay on. So they gave you 120 days, they charged it off or whatever, and the debt collector came and bought that debt. So they paid less than the $500, trust me on that. They get it for pennies on the dollar. And so what happens then, they come to you, and instead of saying, oh, you owe us $500, they gradually increase that rate to an extra maybe $300-400. So now they saying you owe them maybe like $800-900. So now when you get the letter in the mail or you receiving these phone calls, you just ignoring them, you send them to voicemail, and you get the letter and you read it and you rip it up and you throw it in the garbage. You're not supposed to do that. They tell you, hey, don't answer these people. Just say, yeah, this is not the person you're speaking with. You got the wrong number. But really, you're supposed to, talk to these people, and they supposed to send you a debt validation letter, not a debt what is that called? Verification. Debt verification is different from a debt validation. Debt verification is them sending you the name of the creditor, the amount owed, and like your signature or something. A debt validation goes much more deeper into them sending you like all information needed, such as every account ledger of the bookkeeping, accounting, the assignment of debt that they bought from the original creditor. So they have to prove that, and they have to prove that you don't even have a contract with them in the first place. So they bought the debt just now, because as consumers, we really don't understand this knowledge and information that, oh, they bought the debt. So I'm not responsible for paying. They should never bought it in the first place. But like I said, if you go back to these consumer laws, you will get a much better understanding of how you can get around these people trying to, play us. Because everything, as you all know, everything is already, prepaid in the beginning from our credit. We got unlimited credit with the Treasury. I know people just think, oh, it's crazy, but if you really open your eyes and you really see what's going on, you pay attention, and then you like, damn, okay, now I see what's going on. Because when you get your bills in the mail, your statement, how come whenever your bank go on a negative or you give an overdraft fee, it have a negative balance towards it? But every time you get something in the mail, a statement that you must pay a bill, what it is, it's a positive bill. And that little statement that they have at the bottom of it is actually the coupon. It's a coupon that you can really endorse with your beneficiary signature, and send it back certified mail, accepted for value. Yeah, I will be posting a lot more on this channel. Like, I'm not trying to make this video too long. It's a lot that I've been learning. It's a lot that I want to share with you all, such as, I know like CPNs. I learned that how you can get an EIN from the IRS, and you can assign it with your real personal credit. But even if you assign them two together, it still are two separate entities, because now you label your EIN as a, what you call it? It's separate. I really don't have the information in front of me, so it's like I said, I got a lot of stuff I just want to talk about. So I'm gonna just try to condense each and every video into its own. So like I said, you can create EIN number, and you go set up your personal credit profiles with that EIN number. Your Credit Karma, your Experian, your Equifax. You can use that and have a completely separate profile. Even if your real credit or something is intact, good or bad, you can still create separate profile. Even too, you can create a business with it. So you can create a business with your EIN. You can go get your NAV business report, and you can start building business credit on the EIN as well. So yeah, I'll be back on YouTube posting more often. So like I said, I appreciate you all for liking and coming on the channel. So continue to do so.